What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fandoms Anonymous. I am here today talking about Inhumans episode 3. Alright, here we go. So, Black Pope got put in generational pop in prison, man. It's like it's getting somewhat better, but it's still worse at the same time. So they put Black Pope in generation pop, and he's with the rest of the criminals in the prison, and he ends up befriending Maui. Okay, I called him Maui. You know why I called him Maui, because he looks like Maui. There's a guy, a scientist, that calls the prison and acts as the guy's lawyer and says, hey, I need you to buddy up with this guy. He's an Inhuman. You know what it is. That's basically what he explained to him. Need you to make sure he's protected. So they did that. I got my notes here, man. I got to have my notes, because this type of stuff you have to write down. You have to write this, the show like this, you have to write this down so you can read it and try to understand it so it makes some type of sense. So when you explain it or talk about it to somebody, they kind of explain, they kind of understand as well. So Maximus supposedly lets out a powerful Inhuman by the name of Morbius, who is just locked up in a closet with no chains or shackles. So they open the door and Buddy just walks out like this, like, y'all all right? How y'all been? What's good? That's it. He just walks out like that all of a sudden. No, not chained up. Normally, when somebody is heavily sedated or heavily locked up, they're locked up and they're chained up. But it was just like he was just walking around the closet, just chilling, just trapped in the closet. All right. So Medusa, out here robbing people's house, she walks up on a place called the Royal Palace, and inside of it she finds this jacket and this whole outfit and this whole get-up. And yes, she looks like Star-Lord. Come on, Marvel. Could the Easter egg be any more obvious? She finds a jacket that just so happens to be the same color like Star-Lord. Like, that was one of the most obvious Easter eggs I've ever seen in the MCU. You got to do better on that one, Marvel. All right, then Karnak's deductive reasoning is amazing. You know, we're seeing how his powers work, where he's able to think about what he's doing, how he's going to do it, and how it maps out. And what happens is he gets captured by these people in the woods in Hawaii who happen to have a weed farm. Okay, yeah, they got a weed farm. And he was trying to figure out how he was going to stop them. He saw the angle that if he kicked the table a certain way, the table would fly up, which would then make the beams fall on top of all the people, and then they would be diffused. Didn't work. He just kicked the table and the table fell over. Now, another thing is, it's sad that this is how we have to see the all-powerful member of the Illuminati, Black Bolt. That we see Black Bolt in television, our first time seeing Black Bolt in live action, and he's in prison. He's in jail. Like, it's depressing. It's sad, because I was reading the comments from some people on my YouTube channel, especially a guy named Ben Barrera. Shout out to Ben. Ben talked about how Black Bolt is a member of the Illuminati. He is all-powerful. The things that they have him doing does not bring up to the gravitas of who his character really is in the comics. And I totally agree. They've watered him down so much. Like, just take 2 gallons of water from Walmart and one of those big Abita-Man can jugs and just pour it on the character, and that's what you have. You're probably going to need some more water on top of that. But this is what they have done to such a pivotal character in the Marvel Universe. Like, look at all the different characters that we were getting. Doctor Strange and Iron Man and people that belong to Illuminati, Black Panther. And look how they're fleshing them out and making them such great people. And we've watered down Black Bolt. Again, I said this in my last video, or my first video for the first episode, was I felt like that a deadline was up for this show, kind of just like how they did you know, with Sony and the Spider-Man rights, or with Fox and the X-Men rights, that if nothing was done over a certain period of time, that the rights would be lost and that they would not be able to do anything and they would lose the characters. So I feel like they rushed this out. I feel like they could have took their time and done another movie, or done a movie, period, and had a more serious, darker, not necessarily darker tone, but just what the Inhumans really is. It has really, really, really watered down. But because we love this stuff, we're still going to watch it, and we're going to give our very honest opinions about it. So he meets the guy in prison, talking about Black Bolt. Now, he meets Maui in prison, because I don't remember getting the guy's name, so he's going to be Maui, because he looks like Maui, and he's shaped like Maui, and he's about the size of Maui, so his name is Maui. He meets Maui in prison. They're talking, and he says, you know, I understand you might have some powers. Did you get bit by a radioactive bug? And then he asks the question, did you wake up one morning in a hard rock-like cocoon? So again, that's our continuous tie-in of what happened with the Terrigen crystals and the Terrigen mist in the water in the oceans for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's our continuous tie-in to know what happened, because apparently Maui got one of those fish pills or water or whatever it was that he ate, and he woke up in a cocoon one morning. We're going to get to that in a second. This not big guy, he's not a big guy, this little small masked rider looking guy, because that's what he looks like, that they was trapped in the closet and they opened the door and he's just walking around, and he's one of the most powerful Inhumans next to Black Bolt. He's basically a mini destroyer from Asgard, okay? What's his inhuman power at Asgard fish pill? He's basically a mini destroyer. He lifted the lid on his face and big destroyer beam pops out and just annihilates anything in the path. Thought that was really stupid. That was really dumb. I hated it. All right, so Black Bolt. All you can do is laugh at this, man. All you can do is laugh at this show, man, because it's so horrible. Scott Buck, you found so many ways. Scott Buck, you are cheap. You are now the cheapest man in show business, because you have found a way to water down these heroes and water down the Inhuman royal family and what Inhumans is, just to save $1. You cut Medusa's hair off. You make Black Bolt do sign language. You got everybody else doing this crazy stuff just to save a penny, okay? I don't know what they're paying you. You're trying to keep all your money. I don't know if this show is contingent on some type of bonus. Yeah, so no, Scott Buck. You already ruined Iron Fist and you haven't ruined the Humans. So let's move forward, because we're almost done. We're almost done. I think this video shouldn't be that long. I spent more time complaining about Inhumans rather than really talking about the show. So that's what all these videos are going to be. They're going to be more of rants and complaints and explaining what happened on the episode. Okay, so we find out that Maximus' inhumanity from his transformation from Terrigenesis removed his inhumanity and changed his cellular structure to where he's only a regular human. So he's no longer inhuman. That's what I always say, you're a human, you're a human, you're a human. All right, so we found out that Maui, he woke up one morning in the cocoon with powers of fire from his hands, almost like a Human Torch such thing. Doesn't light up with fire, but he just has the fire that comes out of his hands. Come to find out, he's in jail because he burned down his entire house and killed his entire family, because he was able to help free Black Bolt from prison. There was a big steel door. He basically melted the door, which was very visually great. I like how he melted the door and how the door just fell to pieces, so that was great. Medusa, she wound up getting herself to the prison where Black Bolt is after she robbed these people's houses, took their money. There's some thieves. First of all, Black Bolt stealing suits, Medusa stealing Star-Lord outfits and people money and their food and groceries and the bladed purse. And then now she robbing the chick that we saw in the first episode, who drove out to the prison to see what was going on. As far as what was going on the moon, and she's studying this because she believes it's something more than what they are bringing it out to be. So now Black Bolt and Maui gets away. They get away on this plane with the doctor, scientist guy that we saw that called Maui in the beginning. Medusa puts old girl at gunpoint that we saw in the first episode, and now they're following the helicopter. So what's going to happen on this next episode of Inhumans, I don't know. We'll find out in the next wacky adventure next Friday with mini destroyers and crazy antics on the next episode of Marvel's The Inhumans on ABC. But if you don't know who we are, we're Phantoms Anonymous. The links are down there below. Please follow us all over social media. We're on YouTube as well. Hit us up, follow us. Instagram, where we're at Phantoms_Anonymous17. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and or ideas, please email me at PhantomsAnonymous17@gmail.com. But guys, as I always say, if there is anything else, thanks for watching and have a good one.